breathe with the switchblade yet again. And I'm referring specifically to you, Keith Lee. I've been in GAW long enough to see some pretty piss-poor world champions. I've seen Aleister Black twice, that absolute fraud Brock Lesnar, who fooled the entire world into thinking steroids can make you a great wrestler. Oh my God, Pac! You proved even your local grocer could become GAW World Champion. But somehow, we have hit a new low. I didn't believe it possible, but somehow, this fat, out of shape, failed oblong ball fool locked his way into the goddamn fucking world championship. And when there's an undeserving champion, there will always be Bullet Club, the most dominant group the world has ever known. If you don't believe me, Keith, ask your boy Bandito, who Taiji absolutely ruined a couple weeks ago. And where is that fool, by the way? Won't show his face around here. And who can blame him? Because now that the Switchblade is back, not only will you get your guts destroyed by the Bloody Cross when you step in the ring with us, I will personally make sure you never wrestle again. This is Bullet Club business, boys. This is Switchblade business. And the Switchblade business is about winning world championships like I have always done. Just breathe with the Switchblade, Keith, because you won't be breathing for much longer. Chris Danger is absolutely everywhere. I'm a week early on that one. Whoops. But I'll tell you what I did do. I pulled the strings, I filled the pockets, I greased the wheels, no idea what that means, and I created the greatest collaboration since the Beatles and the Beach Boys. Chris, my man, I don't think they ever did a song together. Brendan, what are you doing? You're supposed to be introducing yourself, man. Get it together. Do I even need an introduction? Chris Danger called me up, offered me the bag, and that's all I needed to hear. Yeah, I got some history with Consequences Creed. Do I care?
Nope.
Hey, Austin, remember when Chris Danger made you bleed your own blood at Nitro? I'll do it worse tonight.
You what?
That didn't make any sense, dude. Are you saying you're gonna make him bleed worse than what I did, or is your move gonna be worse on it? Man, just cut the damn camera. So what you're telling me is Jay White is back, Taiji Ishimori is back, Brandon Collins debuts on Storm, and we don't even have a match yet, folks. Welcome to Friday Night Storm, just a couple weeks to go before Bash at the Beach. And what a way to kick things off. Brandon Collins given Consequences Creed his first match of season 3. Wow. One of the most famous men on YouTube. I gotta say it, this is true.
Prepare to face the consequences. I'm here to make a statement. I'm ready to make my mark on this world.
If you're not already, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Discord, all that stuff. Links are down in the description. action. These are the kinds of moments that you want to relive, and I know I say it probably a little bit too much, but this is exactly what I mean when I talk about the incredible moments that General Admission Wrestling can create, and Consequences Creed versus Brandon Collins, that is one of them. What a night here on Friday Night Storm. We've only just begun. How's that for a start? Half and half suplex. Brandon Collins brought in by Chris Danger specifically for this match to make sure Consequences Creed never reaches a second match, a rematch with Chris Danger. Which is ironic because Danger's the one who wants the rematch. Creed beat him at Nitro in a vicious match, and Creed from the top. Never-ending splash. Consequences Creed seemed like he'd never come down. Oh, Brandon Collins rolls through on a flatliner. Simulating the honor roll, the famous honor roll from Consequences Creed. Bash at the Beach coming at you in less than 3 weeks. July 25th it kicks out. We only have 2 more shows after this one for Friday Night Storm and for Evolution. So Bash at the Beach approaching quickly. We'll have an announcement about Bash coming up a little later on. Speaking of which, it's the first match, so I gotta tell you, of course, what is to come. We're gonna see Shayna Baszler back in action against Toni Storm, her first match since an unsuccessful challenge for the world title. We're gonna hear Chris Sabin, the Intercontinental Champion. He is going to speak later on. And we will see the WXW Unified Champion, Drew McIntyre, in action. And breaking news, Gable Steveson, the top recruit on Friday Night Storm, will be joining us on commentary during that match. Consequences Creed, fist drops, DDTs, and a cover. Creed, he's got it, no! Collins sustained the offense from Consequences Creed, but now Creed in the corner, winding it up. Consequences Creed rolls over. Creed looking for the honor roll, and Collins straight up ducked it. These men know each other so well. Nothing you can do will surprise the other man. So Creed's going into his bag, and Creed's going into the bag. I don't think Brandon Collins saw that one coming, and Creed, he's going right for the cover. Creed, no. Talk about going into the bag. I've never seen Creed do that before. He knows what he's doing, and here is something else. Single leg camel clutch. Collins bleeding, I think, from one of the many fist drops delivered by Creed. And now Creed, he's got it locked underneath the jaw. He gives it up. He's got more to prove. You know Chris Danger's watching. And how embarrassing would it be for Danger? Oh! Collins with the kick. And Brandon Collins looking to turn this match around. Out of the corner, Brandon Collins, long run up. This is Sparta. He had the entire ring to wind up for that, and now Collins, no. Danger hanging on every move of this match. His credibility rests on this thing. Brandon Collins, DDT. Collins lays him out, and Brandon Collins hooks the leg, no. Now Collins cannot believe that. Creed backed him up. DDT. Good night, Brandon Collins. Consequences Creed says, no. This is how you do a DDT. Hooks the leg, and Consequences Creed has beaten Brandon Collins. And how many of you thought I would be saying that? What a match. Consequences Creed. He survives the assault from Collins. There's a look at Collins' DDT. 2 looks, in fact. That is absolutely gorgeous. But Consequences Creed, he showed it at Nitro. He is the toughest man on the block. Creed-DT. Good night, Mr. Collins. In Consequences Creed, he has gotten the hell out of here. He is too smart for this, not even waiting for Chris Danger and Brandon Collins to potentially launch an assault. And not that they even could. It's the Intercontinental Champion, Chris Sabin. This show has been moving at 1,000 miles an hour. And the IC Champion makes his entrance, half of the Motor City Machine Guns, a two-time Intercontinental Champion, a four-time Tag Team Champion here in GAW. Chris Sabin is a bona fide legend of this company, but he got himself a new #1 contender last week, and it is one of his old friends, James Storm. Believe I was watching last week. I had to watch from the sidelines for a month while I was hurt. There's not a damn thing anyone can do to keep me away from the ring now. But that match last week comes damn close. I was prepared to face Suicide. I was absurdly prepared to face Moose again. But James Storm? The guy I came up with, the guy who basically turned me into a pro wrestler, I honestly didn't know if I was prepared to see him out there, and I'm not positive I'm prepared to face him now.
Sorry about your damn luck. Creek swimming, moonshine sipping, deer skinning, beer drinking.
Well, let's get this out the way right now. I respect you, Chris. I love you like a brother. I would never throw away the experience we got being a team, the experience we got training. But right now, the GAW Intercontinental Championship is all that matters. And as much as I respect you, it's about titles now. And you know as well as I do, there ain't nothing more important than that. You are damn right there's nothing more important than a GAW title. Everything you said, I'm right there with you. You will always be one of my best friends. And right now I couldn't think of sharing the ring with anyone more deserving. Well then, how about we make this a little more interesting? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of guys from our former bosses in GAW right now. So how about one more? Before you fight me at Bash at the Beach, how about we sell this damn show? Are you serious? Wildcat Chris Harris. It is an absolute TNA Impact reunion here on GAW. This man has had a singles match since 2018. He and Sabin have never met in a singles match. This is going down next week. It's Sabin versus Storm at Bash at the Beach. Unbelievable. And speaking of Bash, what an incredible announcement I have for you. For the first time ever here on GAW, we will be going live for the general admission fee before Bash begins Monday, July 25th. Join us for the admission fee, live matches, some live discussion, all of that and more. Again, it's the admission fee, Monday, July 25th. Make sure you're there, folks. It is history in GAW. What the hell is happening? right now on Friday Night Storm. Just to be clear, Jay White, Taiji Ishimori, Brandon Collins, Chris Harris, and now Shotzi Blackheart. I know that GAW is the must-come-to destination for any of the best wrestlers in the world. But are you serious right now? And none of these people are champions, by the way. Taiji Ishimori, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. But Shotzi Blackheart is stepping in here with the current GAW United States Champion. That is her match. And it's happening because these two got into it on Twitch, of all places. Ember Moon was streaming like she always does. And Shotzi Blackheart decides to call her out on Twitch. Ember Moon accepts the challenge. Shotzi Blackheart shows up in GAW for the first time in her career. And it's against the reigning United States champion.
Destination dispatch. Ember Moon.
That's her, the reigning, defending GAW United States champion who won it at Nitro. It's Ember Moon stepping in here against Shotzi Blackheart. And oh, by the way, the reigning, defending West Side Extreme Wrestling Unified Champion Drew McIntyre is coming up next, with Gable Steveson joining us on commentary. My brain is about to explode. What is happening on General Admission Wrestling right now? And this is all just Storm. So make sure you're subscribed, because Rookie of the Year is going down. The 12 best rookies on the planet competing for a spot in Evolution. And over on Evolution, Garrett Gibson and Lancelot are trying to kill each other. What a time to be alive in GAW. Ember Moon going straight after Blackheart. You can hear the fans chanting for Blackheart as well. GAW is the destination around the world, and we're seeing the fruits of that. But Ember Moon is the champion, and Moon up top. Ember Moon from the top of the missile drop kick. Moon took to the skies. It has served her well. And Shotzi Blackheart on the wrong end of a beating, courtesy of the U.S. champion. Blackheart able to turn aside that strike, and now whipped into the corner. Blackheart backing up. Here she comes. What a splash. And captures the back. This is what Blackheart can do. The scouting report on a woman like Shotzi Blackheart, she is unbelievably unpredictable. Oh! Discus forearm backs Moon up into the corner, and another one. Powerful striker. Blackheart is about as close to an underground wrestler as you will find here on Friday Night Storm. So if you like this style, make sure you're watching GAW Evolution every Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern. This is the sort of style you see. Now Blackheart into the cattle mutilation. She grew up idolizing men like Bryan Danielson, wrestlers like Bryan Danielson, and even Lita, the greatest female wrestler in the history of GAW. That's what they did. Ember Moon is a totally different animal, and we're seeing it here. Nice combination as Ember Moon backs her up, and Blackheart, I think, hit the ropes on her way down. Blackheart has to grab it. Grabs the bottom rope for the rope break. Ember Moon surely thought she had gotten the win right there. So Moon gonna drag Blackheart towards the middle of the ring, and Ember Moon going in. Blackheart repels. Able to kick her away, but Moon dragon screw leg whip. And now Ember Moon going to ascend. Blackheart rolling out of the way as Ember Moon went for the elbow drop. Moon might have been thinking Eclipse. It doesn't matter. Blackheart made the smart play. Blackheart wrenching back. Fujiwara armbar. She lets it go. More attacks for Shotzi Blackheart, but she might be living to regret that. Ember Moon up to the top. She goes again. Moon from the top. Eclipse. No. Blackheart caught her. Shotzi Blackheart caught her. And now Shotzi goes to the top. Shotzi with a diving senton. Shotzi Blackheart can upset the champion right here. Blackheart, she's done it. Shotzi Blackheart has pulled off an incredible upset. And just days after we saw Jacob Ace pin the face of Evolution Eddie Hernandez, we see Shotzi Blackheart pin the U.S. champion Ember Moon. Shotzi Blackheart on her debut, she's done it. Moon can't believe it. And look at this, top of the ramp. It's Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair. She's got a challenge for the U.S. champion. Everyone has a challenge to the U.S. champion Ember Moon. This is never going to stop. Blackheart has earned it. Belair wants it. Unbelievable. War Machine have done an amazing thing. They've walked the very same path as thousands of teams before them, but they've managed to persuade everyone they're somehow different. We've been there too. We've walked that path same as you, and now our paths collide in the greatest of all wrestling companies. But we've been watching you. We know how to beat you. And we absolutely... Someone got in and messed with the simulation. Someone messed with the Matrix. Whose bingo card had Charlie Haas? Who did this? Charlie Haas, a 20-year veteran in this sport. I don't even know what to say. Sorry. 25-year veteran in this sport. What is happening? Gable Steveson will join us in a second. Charlie Haas is the one coming out here to challenge the WXW Unified Champion. Saw McIntyre put that championship on the line last week here on Storm. He battled Shelton Benjamin I wonder if there's a connection there between his last two opponents. McIntyre has spent a lot of his time here in the US. Of course, he journeyed over to Europe, had enough time to beat the hell out of Danny Burch. We saw those two have a match here on Storm. By the way, folks, if you like any of the music you hear from across GAW, that's Storm, Evolution, Rookie of the Year, you can hear it all right now on the GAW Spotify playlist. Link is down in the description. It's the official one. All the music from across GAW all in one place. McIntyre. That title's not on the line today. This match sanctioned by GAW, not WXW. Charlie Haas, I don't know who the hell sanctioned him in this match. We've already seen the US champion get upset by a debuting Shotzi Blackheart, and then Bianca Belair decides to come in and put her 2 cents in, try to challenge for the US champion. We've seen Brandon Collins debut on Storm. What the hell else? I'll tell you what else. We welcome in Gable Steveson, one of the greatest amateur wrestlers in the history of the United States of America, and a man who was on the receiving end of a Drew McIntyre low blow. As McIntyre going up to the top thinks better of it. Gable, thank you so much for joining us here. And first, I gotta ask you, man, what do you know about Charlie Haas? Well, first off, thank you so much for having me. I know about Charlie. He is an absolutely vicious competitor. I appreciate the compliment. I don't consider myself one of the great wrestlers in GAW. That's what Drew McIntyre can do. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They call it the Glasgow Kiss. But Charlie Haas, I've trained with him a lot. I've worked with him a lot. He and I have come up against each other, and he is vicious, man. His hand movement, that's the one thing people don't really talk about with him. He can get his hands in places, he just makes it difficult to play defense against. Drew McIntyre into the cover off the DDT and an elbow drop. Haas is there to kick out. Well, Gable, you are absolutely right about Charlie Haas being another one of the great amateur wrestlers in the history of the United States. And as a pro wrestler, he's been around for a quarter century, putting up numbers, putting up some of the great matches of all time. But Drew McIntyre making him look like an amateur again, clubbing blows to the chest. You know, I'm watching McIntyre right now, and I mean, this guy, he doesn't get enough credit for how smooth he is. He is smooth like butter in there, and what I mean by that is everything he does has a purpose. When we're training, when we're coming up, all wrestling coaches, they talk to you about no unnecessary movements, because if you make an unnecessary movement, your opponent will capitalize on that. And Drew McIntyre doesn't even have that same amateur background, and yet he seems to have learned that lesson. He has taken that, and he has made it part of his philosophy. Nothing he does is without consequence, and it's one of the things that I have to begrudgingly admire about this man. Gable, for a man who got, I don't know how best to put it, I got my balls busted. That's what happened. You said it, not me. But for a man who got that by Drew McIntyre, you seem to be very complimentary of the WXW champion. I mean, it's hard to not be. Look at Charlie Haas. Look, I respect this. I respect it from this man. Armbar on the outside. It's not the smartest thing to do, but you got to assert your will. But here, look, here's the reason that I'm so respectful of Drew McIntyre. Here's the reason why I have to be complimentary of it. Because it would be stupid of me not to. When you look at what he's done, you look at him beating the guys that he's beaten, what he's done in the history of general admission wrestling and everywhere else he's been. If I were to sit here and act like he is not one of the greats in the world right now, oh, get it, Charlie. Oh yeah, boy. I mean, if I were to do that, how stupid would I look? How much of a scrub would I look like if I didn't come out here and do that? So I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it 100. I respect it. I really do. Charlie Haas getting the better of Drew McIntyre on the outside, and Haas gonna break the count, but McIntyre is right there, and Haas again has his number. Nice takedown. Charlie Haas, he's looking tremendous right now. He absolutely is, but here's the problem. He's doing it on the outside. You gotta be in the ring to win, Charlie. Haas may be thinking that very thing. He's got McIntyre, no, he just sends McIntyre into the barricade. McIntyre had a difficult match, a tough match against Shelton Benjamin with the WXW title on the line. That was last week here on Friday Night Storm. Charlie Haas, he's taking advantage. He's taking advantage of a battered and beaten WXW champion. And is it possible that McIntyre, knowing that Gable Steveson is in the building here, maybe looking for revenge, Gable? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but is it possible that McIntyre has that in his mind? Look, personally, I don't think so. Drew McIntyre is a professional. He is a pro's pro. Regardless of what you think about what he did to me in Mumbai a couple weeks ago, this man is a professional's professional. I don't think he is paying one mind to me being here. I'm not even sure if he knows where I am. I think this is Charlie Haas doing his homework, getting the better of a man like Drew McIntyre, and I'd love to see it continue. Well, it's going to if Charlie Haas gets the better of him on the outside. McIntyre, though, he was ready. McIntyre with a shoulder breaker. And finally, Drew McIntyre getting this match back in the ring. And maybe McIntyre taking a moment to think about it. The knee drop from Haas. You can see busted McIntyre open. McIntyre's Claymore. Sidestepped by Haas. And Charlie Haas, beautiful goal behind German. McIntyre scouted it all the way. That is just perfect from Drew McIntyre. Look at the strength as he does. Belly to belly with the overhead. That is textbook Drew McIntyre. I've been studying him since 2 weeks ago, and that is exactly what I've come to expect. McIntyre with the ground game, and Drew McIntyre, what is this? It's a regal stretch from Drew McIntyre. Charlie Haas, no chance. Haas tapped out Drew McIntyre with a regal stretch. Gable, have you ever seen him do that before? In all of my scouting, I have never seen Drew McIntyre do anything like that. But if you can tell me that that's a way to beat a man like Charlie Haas, that's just one more arrow in the quiver for Drew McIntyre, and it's one more reason that this man might be the scariest thing. Oh my God, Drew McIntyre! McIntyre is just Claymored Gable Steveson. Gable said earlier he didn't even know if McIntyre knew where he was. I would say McIntyre did know where he was, and the WXW champion has not given up on beating the hell out of Gable Steveson. I took Robbie Eagles to test him, to test Ricochet, to test GAW. You are simply not prepared for the level of violence that the House will reap on the unsuspecting. But the House intends not to tread this ground alone. Rather, we intend to grow and help the promising purveyors of vicious violence hone and perfect their craft. Maybe Robbie Eagles and Ricochet can do that, but we must find out first. But I will guarantee you this: the House, whoever it may be, always wins. Here on Friday Night Storm. This show has been absolute bedlam. And now Shayna Baszler apparently hoping for a second bite at the cherry for the World Championship. We saw her last week in the middle of rubble, choking out World Champion Kacy Catanzaro. Baszler already went down, challenging the World Champion of Mumbai. Apparently she wants another one. She can go a long way to earning herself a match by winning here against one of the most well-traveled women in the entire world.
Ago, or about a month ago now. She impressed a lot of people, but it was the performance of Dakota Kai that really caught everyone's eye. Kai earned herself a match with U.S. champion Ember with that win. She came up short in that challenge. Now Toni Storm. She could potentially earn herself a world championship match by beating Shayna Baszler here, a former U.S. champion. Anything can happen here on Friday Night Storm. That much has been made perfectly clear. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you join the Discord. Link is down in the description. It's the greatest community in wrestling. I don't know what else to tell you. Not only that, you get exclusive news, exclusive polls. GAW Discord members were the first to find out about the Rookie of the Year series. They were the first to hear from some of the rookies, some of the coaches. They're the first to learn about news like Toni Storm coming to GAW. It is the place to be. Storm up top, going for a huge leg drop, and it's Shayna Baszler out of the way. Well, you know, the big news is not exclusive to just the Discord. Oh my God! I mean, you should join the Discord anyway. This is an incredible community. But I'm about to give you some big news right here. Friday Night Storm next week. Taiji Ishimori, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, will be in action against Low Ki. Fresh off one of the best matches of the year against Chris Sabin. Go back and watch that match, by the way, from, I believe it was 3 weeks ago on Friday Night Storm. Right before Storm Mumbai, it was June 17th. Low Ki challenged Chris Sabin for the Intercontinental Championship and might be the match of the year so far. We already saw Drew McIntyre and Charlie Haas go at it on the outside for an extended period of time. You see if Baszler and Storm have that in them as well. Baszler never does that! From the top, drops the double axe over the stairs. This is a different Shayna Baszler, folks. She is just different. Knowing that the World Championship could be sliding out of her grasp. She's already attacked Kacy Catanzaro. And Baszler, you know she wants that World Championship. She wants another challenge. Toni Storm trying to make sure it doesn't happen. In the ring, Storm. Double underhook, Storm with a face breaker. Those double underhooks off in the prelude to Storm Zero. But you gotta keep Shayna Baszler thinking. That is the key when you're fighting someone like Shayna. Now Shayna with the leg trap. Shayna Baszler, camel clutch. She's wrenching back. It's that crossface. She's got the leg as well. Toni Storm, no, she's out. She is absolutely out. She would have been preparing so hard for the Kirifuda clutch that Shayna Baszler
And look at that, crossface, leg trap. There's nowhere for the blood to go. The oxygen cannot reach your brain. And Toni Storm, she had to go out. There was absolutely no other option. Shayna Baszler, that is a win. That is a big time win. And Baszler might have her eyes on another shot at the World Championship. Thank you all so much for joining us here on what has been an unreal episode of Friday Night Storm. There's only 2 more to go before Bash at the Beach kicks off July 25th. And remember, it's the admission fee, live 7 o'clock Eastern on July 25th. We will see you there. We appreciate you.